Okay, I realised where I'm wrong. This is still A. Oh my god. Okay, this is still A, but I forgot to do the exponential first to get it into the right form. So the exponential of A there is equal to 1.01673. Just add on extra. So this is 1.01673 is equal to 1 plus I times 0.3. So now you go from here. Minus 1, whatever 0.3. And then I is equal to 0.05576. There we go. My bad. Okay. What are we doing now? B. No, C. V5. C. So V5. So this is the opposite of literally doing A. So because V is equal to 1 over A. So you do 5, 0.06 minus 0.002 t dt, like you would normally. And then you would do the exponential is equal to 0.275. I should probably write that like an exp here. You have that 1.3165, and then you do the inverse as the relationship 1.3165, 0.75957. Okay, and then what was the last one? D, the discounted value at time 2. So at 2, due at time 5, so that's 5, 2. And then that's just of 1, so it's just like the money is 1, so the principal payment you can just ignore because it's 1, so it doesn't multiply or anything. Okay, so and it's the discount, so we want the V of 2.5. So 5 to 0.06 minus 0.002 t dt, and this is equal to 0.216. And then you do the E of 0.216 equal to 1.2411, and then you'll do the inverse. 1 over 1.2411.057. Nope, I've done that wrong. That's so embarrassing. Have I written something down wrong? 0.216. I really shouldn't just be trusting my maths like this. I should probably work this out. Okay. I'm just like copying from my old sheet, but I obviously did that wrong. I'm pretty sure that's the method though. 5 minus 0.302. No, 0.1. 5 squared. So this is 11 over 40 minus 'I just got the second wrong. Right, we're going to 29 over 250. So 0.159 e to the 0.159. 1.17. So now we have 1.17. No, so I should probably carry on 2, 3 equal to 1 plus I to the. What am I doing again? No, what am I doing? That's just A. This is A, and then you'll just do 1 over that. 1 over 1. And that is equal to 0.8530. My bad. Okay. Now, there's all of them, A, B, C, D. Now for the next question. Okay, I calculated A of -3,4 given the volume values for the force of interest. So we want the, overall we want this, and then it will be of a function, let's say that, and then it will be by dt. But this is split into 3 parts. So we have between, for t less than -1, so that will be between -3 and -1. So -1, -3, it's 0.04. And then we'll have to sum these as well. And then between -1 and 2, so 2, -1, 0.05 plus 0.01t. And then t bigger than 2, so that will be 4m2, because that's what we need, 0.07 dt. And then you'll sum all of them. I know how to do integration, it's fine. So that will be 0.385. And then remember we need to, we still need to put it to exponential. 1.4696. That one's quite easy. Okay. Last question of this sheet. Okay, calculate the V, I2, and D4, given that that is equal to that. Okay, so now this isn't like something we integrate, so now we can just take the force of interest, because it's just a value, we don't need to integrate. So for all of these, I'm going to need I. So 1 plus I is equal to E 0.06, because it's just the force of interest. Okay. 0.06. Okay, so I'm just going to write this here just so we know. I is equal to 0.06184. Just so like a few decimal places. There is another formula you might know for this, but it's honestly, it's like ln, but this is the same thing. Okay, so now we have I. So what it wants, first of all, is V, and the relationship with V and I is 1 plus I is equal to V. So just do 1 over 1 plus answer. So V is equal to 0.94176. Okay. To be fair, I might, just to keep things accurate, I might just use I as E, like this, just to keep things accurate and easier while I'm like typing. So now I need it nominal, so I have the annual I. So as we did it before, I1 plus I is equal to 1 plus I2 over 2 to the power of 2. So E to the 0.06, and then root to that, minus 1 times 2, I to the 2 is equal to, this is equal to E to, I to the 2 is equal to 0.0609. So I'm just going to write that up here, just so I can mark it easier. We'll just like double check it's nice at the end. And then D4. Okay. The relationship of D4 will be equal to I I4 over 1 plus I4 over 4. Because that's what it's like when you're conversing nominally. So first we find I4, like by doing it nominally. So you will do, I'll write it out again. So I'm going to write here e to the 0.06, because that's just 1 plus I, is equal to 1 plus I4 over 4 over 4. So e 0.06. So I'm going to, I don't know what that's called, quadding, something like that. Minus 1 times 4. So I4 is equal to 0.0645. I'm going to use the exact in my calculator though, and then using this equation, I'm going to convert it into D4 now. So that over 1 plus answer over 4 is equal to 0.05955. So D4 is equal to 0.05955. Is there anything else I had to do? No, that's A, B, C, and D. So let me just make sure that's right real quick. 0.94176, yep. Yep. Yes, okay. That is true. Okay, so the next question is just like a theory question, so I'm not really going to be bothered to explain it, but the force of interest will be in the middle. Because the force of interest is the middle ground, and then a discounting will be lower because, you know, it's minus, so it'll always go down, and then interest was always going to be higher than the force of interest because it's like going to go up. So it's just the force of interest is just the middle ground basically, and then that's that sheet done.